In this video we will look at how the new client commands to check capture areas and control points work. They will list all areas and points used on the map with all the data Marine bot system was able to gather. Data that are used when the bots play the game. Then you can check each record in a detail to see whether the system gathered all data correctly. Like the position on the list of objectives. Whether the objective requires explosives or other game object for the capture. And how many team members are needed to capture it. Or if it is allowed for that team. Bots need these data to behave correctly on that map. On some maps you will find more records than there are map objectives on that list at top left corner of the screen. Sometimes you may also find sort of hidden records. Basically it's a game objective without a name. So you will see default name Marine bot system uses for these records. The capture area entity was used to build this breakable wall. The system gathers the data for all areas during map load, and the fact that it is a true game objective isn't known at that moment. The system will get this information later on. That is at the moment the game on that map starts. But the record doesn't get erased. Because the bots still need to know what they are allowed to do when they step into such capture area. Without the data from these records, they might even get stuck there. It is the records from control points entities that allow the system to link the information about what is what. However, control point alone won't provide enough data in many cases. Actually, it often gives wrong data. Let's look at the mess. Here you can see that capturing the objectives on this map is allowed for both teams. At least according to control points. This is the reason why Marine bot system has to validate it and update the control points records based on data from capture areas. Once done, the data finally match the status in the game. Let's move on to a classic Capture the Flag map to see more about these records. Now the record about this capture area says that there isn't needed any specific object to capture it. Look at the capture area where a more man needed. If you are at one such area, then the records are updated. Again, this is important information for the bots to behave correctly. However, area where is just one man needed for the capture doesn't get updated, because Day of Defeat doesn't provide this information here. No numbers below the objective icon at top left mean there are no current data available and no way to update the records. But bot knows this, and by checking the records and finding he's in one-man capture area, he will behave correctly. One last thing. Probably you won't notice this, but it posed a problem for Marine bot system. Really, it doesn't seem like there is at least one thing simple in Day of Defeat. You can see that the control points on map con dispatch with value 1. That's fine. We have already seen it in this video. Now let's load another map. This time it isn't one of the official maps. But look at all the control points. Here they dispatch with value 0. Yet the control points on both maps work the same. So Marine bot system simply has to do yet another type of data validation at the start of the map to make things work. The trick is that when both the values for particular control point are the same, then the system will mark each point as allowed to be captured by both teams. So it doesn't matter whether the map dispatch them with ones or zeros. What matters is that both values are the same. The output for the client command then shows one only as a representation of, yes, this team is allowed to capture it.